There's nothing quite like the smell of freshly printed cardboard, wouldn't you agree? So, before I go any farther, what the heck is taking so long with the Loop Hat catch-up? Seriously, Ava, you told us that there was going to be a final video. Where the heck is it? 4 months later, I'm still working on it. Kind of. Maybe. Just a little bit. However, this is not that video. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but, after 4 months of me doing absolutely nothing in terms of unboxings, and I actually have gotten quite a few things. Like, for example, I teased this back in, was it March or April? And there it sits, unopened. Well, actually it has been opened, but I just haven't unboxed it yet. So there it is. That's actually the record-breaking thing that I was going to talk to you about like a half a year ago. So there it sits. It's a daily reminder, okay? And there's a couple of others over there that I need to get through. So I'm well aware. But quite frankly, there's multiple reasons why I haven't done it, okay? There's multiple reasons. Or at least in terms of the Loop Pack catch-up and why I haven't done anything for 4 months. There's multiple reasons, okay? So I felt that, like, come on, Ava, you need to do something. And, this came in the mail, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, something like that. And I'm like, you know what? This will be a perfect opportunity to just get back into the rhythm and just, you know what, Ava, just put a video out. Do something. All right, fine, I'll do something. So for the record, I ordered this on the same day as I ordered something else. The something else is still in the mail. This just happened to get here first. And what is this? This is the DX Metal Append Zenkaiger Juragaon from the 45th Super Sentai series, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. Wow, I actually said it without tripping over it. Yes! So yes, this is a very much collector's edition version of the Zenkaiger. This is the exact same Zenkaiger that I struggled with mercilessly for a month? I think it was like January when I got this or whenever it is. No, it was it end of last year or early this year? I don't remember. Anyways, I got the entire Zenryuku Zenkaiger all in one go. And then I got the what is this one? I got this guy. What's this guy called? It's Super Zenkaiger or Zenkaiser, but that's not the name of the toy. Zenkaijuo. So I got this shortly afterwards. No, what am I talking about? I got all three of them at the same time. Anyways, yeah, this thing caused me no end of trouble. But that being said, it's still a really neat entry in the Super Sentai franchise. I'm not going to deny that. This thing is pretty doggone incredible. I mean, it's symmetrical docking, and it looks really, really neat. I mean, I honestly, I do still like this all these months later. So, but it's like it's just there's a couple of engineering details that they just oh. Now, some things obviously you can't get rid of. Like, you can't get rid of the electronics. You can't do that. I wish they had, but they didn't. And if they had gotten rid of the electronics, then Juran's head would not be right fucking there. I went through that, 4 times? Like, every time I had to pull this out, I had to go through that fucking thing. It just... Okay. But there were a couple of other things that they could deal with. For example, all this really, really boring gray plastic that's on the go. It's fine. No problems with it. It's not soft. It's not weak. It's not. Oops, sorry. It's not. There's nothing like inherently wrong with it. The sword, the way the sword was designed, they could have done it differently, but whatever. But one of the things that is really, really bad about the Zenkaiger Juragaon specifically is the feet are really, really narrow for this size of figure. Like, it's wide enough up top, but the feet are so bloody tiny. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing. On top of which, the way that the thing transforms, you've got a joint right there, which is nice and tight, and it ratchets every 90 degrees as opposed to 45. So, like, that's all well and good, but when you make feet that small and then you've got this mass up here, you're going to have trouble. You really, really are. Now, in my defense, I've actually not had problem with Juragaon falling over. Okay, I did not have to worry about it, but it was, I mean, it can be an issue. It's just I was fortunate to not have to worry about it here. And then when you get, let's see, what is it, Zenkaiger Vrumajin, when you get this involved, my arm is in front. When you get this involved, you've got Vroom's arms that are attached to either side in the flimsiest way possible, I assure you. That was also something I did not like. I also just don't like, simply like the aesthetic of it. Just like the feet are on the outside of the legs. What's up with that, by the way? So, anyways, yeah, this is not the best way they could have done it, but like it works, I guess. Whatever. So Vrumajin never had to worry about falling over. No, I'm sorry, Jura Magine, is that right? Yeah, Jura Magine, you didn't have to worry about it falling over. And then Gao Vroom, I don't remember the order that these things are in, I'm sorry. Gao Vroom or Vroom Gown, whichever order it is, you didn't have to worry about that falling over either because of just the size of these things, okay? Like, it was weird the way they did it, but it did work out in the end. So, while I really like a lot of things that they did here, there's also a lot of things about this that I didn't like either. Thus enters the DX Metal Append, whatever it is, Zenkaiger Juragaon. This is specifically designed for collectors. In fact, it says on here somewhere ages 15 and up. There's a reason for that. You'll find out in a moment. This is the only one of its kind, and by the way, there is not, as far as I'm aware, there is not an equivalent for Vrumajin. It's only for Juragaon, okay? So the other two that I showed you a moment ago, those are not getting a release as well, okay? Probably because it's so inconsistent where some of the molded parts are, so. And then, much to my surprise, there's a bunch of English instructions right here, which are identical to the warnings that are over here. They're just in English. I actually like that. That's really nice. Which made me laugh about a half hour, 45. Ow! Which made me laugh about 45 minutes ago. Let's see, where does it say? This packaging contains important information. Please keep for future reference. Clearly, these people don't know who I am. If they're going to say that. Choking hazards, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. And then there's, that's right, I forgot. The instruction booklets are online, so I'll put a link for the instructions, the online only instructions. I'll put a link for it in the description down below, so you click on that and it should take you to the PDF file. So I actually forgot about that, so okay. Anyways, yes, really, really nice box, and then I will show off the top again just for consistency. So there's two things I noticed about the box. One, it's heavy buzzard. Like, really, I'm not even kidding, this is heavy. It's like as heavy as like the two Zenkaigers in their combined box. This is probably heavier than the larger two pack that I got, a year ago or almost a year ago at this point. So it's really heavy. Also, I just now noticed the box actually opens from the side as opposed to traditionally from the top. So, good to know. As an update and for the record, I've actually had Zenryuku Zenkaiyo on display alongside Zenkaiger for pretty much the whole time. So, I played around with it a little bit, but you know how collectors are. We rarely play with the toys that we collect, you know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, they've been sitting on display, and I was like, yeah. Oh, hello, what's this? These, I'm guessing, are the weapons. Yeah, what is this? Nope, these are the new parts. Okay. Okay, good to know. So anyways, yeah, Zenryuku Zenkaiyo has been on display the entire time, so yay. Ooh, what's that? Why is there extra cardboard in the bottom here? I don't get that. Whatever. Weird. And there you are. Okay. Looks exactly the same as it did on the regular release. The only difference is the materials and some of the paint applications. Okay, so this is still plastic all the way through. This is still plastic. Whoop, that's heavy. Okay, here we go. And there's not been a lot of content coming back. Wow, there's the metal. So the gimmick of the metal append Juragaon is all, and I mean all, that I'm aware of, all of the silver plastic, that was actually plastic, has been replaced with metal, die-cast metal. This is not chrome plastic or whatever. No, this is actual metal. Super Sentai pretty much gave up on Chogokin back in the early 2000s. In fact, it was 2002 with Nimpu Sentai Hurricaneger. That was the last time that they regularly used die-cast metal. In fact, the DX Chogokin label used to be part of Super Sentai pretty much from 1975 when it kicked off until 2002 when it just came to an end. Now there have been a few exceptions where they've actually used die-cast metal for structural reasons, or in this particular case they used it for a gimmick reason, for like collectors or something like that. So but die-cast metal has been relatively absent since 2002. Not completely gone, but it has been lacking very much. So that's the reason. That's one of the big draws. It's not just the repainting, by the way. There is a repaint difference. It's not just that it's been repainted. It's also that metal. That's the reason why you get this thing. And by the way, no, the metal is exactly the same shape. It's exactly the same shape. It's the exact same sharpness or curves or whatever. It's the same molds. It's just a different material. That's it. So obviously, no, this is not going to hurt you. Okay, it's not going to hurt you, not one bit. Now you'll feel the weight of it. That's one thing, okay? But the tip on here is still just as rounded as the tip on this, okay? They're still exactly the same. Only difference is the material. What is this? Hello, what's this? This is new. Some sort of clip. This is new. It's plastic, whatever it is. It's not chrome. What is this? I don't know what that is. I'm actually going to have to pull up the instructions because I have no idea what this is. I have a guess what it might be, but honestly, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. To like cut down on the amount of time, by the way, there's Wolverine's claws. Actually made of metal this time, by the way. The shiny. And the macaroni and cheese yellow is still exactly the same. It's still plastic on both sides. It's only the gray parts that are metal. What is this? I don't believe this was in the original release. I have no idea what this is. Maybe a heel clip of some kind? Not certain. Am I getting all the little things out of here first? Oh, the shield is not metal. It's still plastic. The other thing, getting back to it, the other thing that the DX Metal Append Jurigaon does differently is that they actually repainted some areas. So as you can see, it's not just a lighting problem that you're seeing here. No, there actually is a kind of a dark metal paint application around the outside, and then there's a silver painting, actual silver paint around the inside. The original version had no paint on it whatsoever. This version does. Okay? So what you're going to see here is actually not just different materials, the die-cast metal. It's not just that. It's also, they've repainted a couple of things where previously it wasn't. In fact, you actually saw one of them a couple of minutes ago. Well, from my perspective, a couple of minutes ago. The sword. This section here has been painted. Previously it wasn't, but now it is. It's been painted here, and then it was painted again on the other side. And you can see that this is a little darker. It's a little more, I can't say crimson, that's not really fair. But I do want to assure you that it's not just that the plastic has been molded in a separate color. No, it was not molded in different color. It was actually painted a different color. Okay, so that's the difference here. Oh, there's the weight. Oh, good, it comes with batteries. Or should I say, oh darn, it comes with batteries, because like I really want to take the batteries out of my regular Jurigaon and stick it into this. Darn. Heavy bugger. Hello. It's all in the form. Actually, that's the only. Oh, it's in the It's in the feet of Jiran's Tyranno mode or whatever it is. It's in the feet, front of the shins, the teeth. So maybe there's not as much diecast as I thought there was, which is not a problem. It's just like, okay, it's not as much as I thought it was. I thought that like every single, almost every single. I guess it'd be only things that are like can be used as weapons, whether they're teeth or claws or something along those lines. But if that's the case, then Jiran's little Tyranno claws would not be the plain plastic that they are. I'm only just now realizing this. I could have sworn that every single piece of gray plastic was replaced with metal or had been painted. Apparently not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still a very, very weighty beast. It's just, not the places I thought it would be. Okay. The Jiran again. You again. Yep, it's still exactly the same crappy head clip. So I just noticed the metal right here. Very lovely metal, as you point out. That's easily the heaviest part right there. Unless it's the thighs. Look at this. Look at all that metal right there. Motherfucker. Well, I just noticed this clip right here. That clip is still plastic. And that clip right there is still plastic. Okay. Oh. There's the other. Ooh. There, right there. That just bent all its own because it's so heavy. There's so much metal on that thing. It actually bent. It actually overrides the the common plastic joints. Maybe I should have changed those into their animal forms and build my way up. Yeah, because you like start with the animals and yeah, I'll change these quickly. Oh wait, how do you transform? Right. Gotta relearn how to do this. It feels so off balance all of a sudden just because there's so much metal right there. That's where the metal is, but then there's a bunch of it there, so. It doesn't surprise me there's no metal on the claws. These are still painted the same, right? Yeah, these are still painted there. So the claws are still painted the same. And Gaon's symbol right there is still the chrome plastic as the original, so. Okay. I picked this up and it all of a sudden went like that. There we go. There's a Kikinoid Gaon in his deeply, deeply distorted and what the hell even is this lion mode. Weird thing about Gaon, though, is he doesn't seem to have as much. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have as many. Oh, well, there's some right there, but he doesn't seem to have as many newly painted areas like there is on Jiran. Like Jiran, I know exactly where the newly painted areas are, but on Gaon, not so much. The only one I can find that's like newly painted is like I said a moment ago, a few minutes ago, I said that there's two different tones of plastic right there. Well, I'm looking for exactly the same thing on Gaon, and honestly, the only place I'm seeing it right now is the lower leg, which is the same of the original one. The original one, the colors are slightly different because like one section was painted and the other wasn't. So there's the lower leg, but that doesn't really count. The only place I could see on the DX Metal Append would be on the symbol itself. Let's see. Yeah, would be on the symbol itself where there's new paint added right here, and then there's more new paint on the edge added right there. Oops, maybe I should give it a little more. I know it's not coming across really well on the camera, but trust me, there is a noticeable difference here. So yeah, there actually is some new paint along this edge here, and then along this edge here. So there is new paint, but proportionately compared to Jiran, Gaon really doesn't have any new, like slightly darker yellow or slightly lighter yellow paint. That's what I'm looking for paint and I'm not seeing it, and that's what's confusing me. There's not any on the inside either, and the foot looks the same. I don't know what to tell you. So, anyways, yes, there is the Kikinoid Gaon. Gow. Gow. Here you go. That's right. Jiran is a little different in the way he transforms. There's so much metal in those feet. Holy crap. I hope the shield, the shield in his crotch is actually able to hold him up. I don't know. Because there's a lot of die-cast metal in here. And these joints right here, this joint right here, is not particularly strong. Especially with metal that it has to deal with. So, we'll see what happens. Something tells me that Jiran, the metal append Jiran specifically, not the original one, but the metal version that I've got here, something tells me this thing's going to be plagued by a completely different set of quality control issues. So here is Kikinoid Jiran with his very visible head syndrome. God, Bandai, that's fucking embarrassing, really. Here's this. Let's see. Is it going to hold? Yeah, it's actually going to hold. So there you go. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is supposed to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It actually is supposed to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Look at all that shiny on display. Somebody once said that the animal modes were being phoned in on Zenkaiger. Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. Anyways, yep, there's Jiran. And unfortunately, I thought those little stupid little claws here were going to be metal. Turns out they're not. Darn. The other thing that surprises me. Actually, I'm not certain now. Are the top teeth metal? Oh yeah, they are. Yep. You get the cold touch test is what I heard somebody refer to. Yeah, that's metal. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if those are, then the question, yeek. Okay, Jiran does not collapse when you... Oh, those are different plastic. Okay. Another area that I was talking about where with Gaon and his floppy ass backside, even more so with all this like a pound of metal or something here. There's actually another area, the back. Let's see, what would be? It'd be the inner side of his forearms. Those are a different color from the outer side of his forearms. So it's molded in plastic down the center. It's molded in different pieces down the center. So this side, the inner side of his forearm is painted. The outer side is not painted. So that's the difference. Or that's another difference, I should say. So like on Jiran, you can very clearly see there's a slightly darker area here, and then there's a slightly lighter area here. Okay? That's where the metal append changes, and it's also on the backs on the other side as well. And you can see it's the same color. Well, kind of. Sorry, crappy camera. So it's the same color. This is the same color as this. Is the same color as this underside here. It's exactly the same alternate color, which is not present on the original version. It's not present because it's actually painted on. The other thing, since you're looking at this side, the darker paint on this side and then the darker paint on this edge over here. But the logo itself is still chrome plastic. It's just that the outer edge here and the outer edge here are both that darker paint application. So what is that? I still don't know what that is. And there is Kikinoid Jiran in his... I don't remember what these are called. And he looks pretty much the same. There's no major differences, honestly. except for a couple of paint or paint colors and or two paint colors and the metal here. God, I forgot about this thing. Stupid thing. Fold open the shield. Let's see. Fold open the shield. Open it up. How much is that? 180. Yeah, it's 180. And you stick it on the front of his forearm, not the side of it, but the front of it, which is really dumb. That's really dumb. I never liked that. Much heavier sword, I should point out. And you stick it right and get in there. I don't know. Why is that fighting me? It's curious. Yeah, why is that fighting me? Shouldn't be. I don't know why it's fighting me like that. Okay. So there's Jiran with his weapons attached. And just as a reminder, the sword actually comes with two handles. There's this handle here, which Jiragaon hangs on onto. And then there's this upper handle here that he hangs onto when it's just Jiran by himself. So there you go. There is Jiran. It's not, honestly, in person, it's not horrible. Like, if you can get used to some of the proportions. Like, in the grand scheme of Super Sentai Robos, I might have seen worse. I just don't remember if I've seen worse or not. So it's so weird to have this unbalanced like this. Like, ordinarily, the yellow part is the heavier part, but now all of a sudden, the claws are the heavier parts. So it keeps wanting to drop down like this. That feels weird. It's weird, man. It's weird. Let's see, it goes down. Oops. Does it snap in place? I don't remember. Nope, just sits there. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. Now's my chance to do this differently. Here we go. So there's a little, you see that little yellow dot right there? You push on that, and that pops up in the head. I know I remember highlighting it previously, but yeah, you actually want to... okay, I'm going to fold the little tab up. But that little button actually does, it really does help to get that up, so... Does the head turn? I don't remember. No, it does not turn. Okay. Oh, geez, that's heavy. That's so heavy I actually dropped it. Okay, so... It's actually surprising how deceptively heavy this is. I'm really, I wasn't expecting that. So, okay. How does this attach? I don't remember. I think it just attaches like that. And there you have Gaon. Come on. I mean, to be fair, the way that they transform is certainly interesting enough. I'm not going to cry about that. The selection of colors in the robo modes, yeah, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. How they transform and the materials they're made out of, and I'm not talking about the materials used for this metal append. That's not what I'm referring to. Just like where the PVC is located versus where the ABS is located. It's fine. Paint applications are fine. Yeah, looks fine to me. I was expecting a little more in terms of paint applications, like on the arms, like maybe on the elbows or on the forearms. I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting a little bit more on the shins. Obviously, they're going to try and keep it as close to screen accurate as possible. But that being said, I'd still like to see a little more. I mean, considering how much money... I mean, obviously, the majority of the money... I should point out, this thing is almost double the cost of a standard Zenkaiger. Because you're paying for the metal. That is what you're paying for, okay? Not the box, not the instructions, not nothing, okay? You're paying for the metal, okay? So that's why it's so expensive. But that being said... I was honestly expecting, like, there's this grayish, goldish stripe right here, whatever this is, which is painted on, which is not painted over here because this is the back. This is Zenkaiger's butt right here. Okay, so like that's what I was expecting. For whatever reason, it didn't do it. So, and then for convenience, you can store Gaon's weapon on the back if you so desire. If you want to store it that way. What is that used for? I don't know. If it didn't have those speakers, goddamn. And actually, I'm going to take this out now. Suddenly PTSD. Oh, oh boy. For those of you who don't know, or who don't know it, my regular Jiragaon, the gown actually had a literal wire that was loose on the inside. I mean, I couldn't touch it, I couldn't see it, but it was like super sensitive, and it would go off at all the wrong times. So that's another reason why I got the DX metal append, is so I didn't have to fucking deal with that. It's also why I removed the batteries from that thing 10 months ago. Just fucking saying. And then you fold the shoulder, and then the ankles. Crazy. I can remember trying to make a couple of those early Power Rangers Megazords out of Legos, and like my mind is kind of blown like right now. Like, how the hell would I do that with Legos? You couldn't, because of the shape. Like, even Lego Technique pieces would be like, how the hell would you do that? So, anyways, fold down the foot. Ooh, that's a nice solid click. Dare I say even better than the other, or better than the original. Okay. Here we go. Round 2. Actually, no, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, round 4. Here we go. I think we know how that song and dance goes. God, these are heavy. Moment of truth. Good wires or bad wires? I have waited 10 months, technically almost 2 years. Well, yeah, actually a little over. Yeah, so I've basically waited a year and a half to hear that behave properly. I'm not even exaggerating. That thing just... Ugh. Oops, his head is not fully together, or is it? Oh, I totally forgot to fold the crests open. Sorry about that. And why is his... The head is not coming together properly. Come on, get in there. There you go. That was weird. And his mask popped up again. And again. It seems to me I just fold this 190 or 100, yeah. And it popped up again. Motherfucker. I hate that mask. If it didn't have the electronics, that would not be a problem. Here it is, almost 2 years later. That's a problem. Still a problem. I'm sorry, that's still a problem. Motherfucker. Okay, so, yes. The DX Metal Append Zenkaiger Jiragaon. And quite a bit of plastic on the go. Or metal. I'm sorry, quite a bit of metal on the go here. His inner thighs are nothing but metal. Look at all the metal on the inner side of the thighs. Look at that. And on the other side as well. And then we have the sword here. And this piece of garbage. No, I'm not going to put it on the front of the arm. That's not happening. I'm actually going to put it on the side. I'm so glad that they put that little clip on the side. That being said, the shield still 100% disappears. You never see it. It just disappears, and nobody cares. The shield is only there for the Tyranno mode, and the Tyranno mode is like whatever. Okay, and then we'll take the claw thingy. For storage sake, we'll stick it on the back. So there you go. There's the fully equipped DX Metal Append Juragaon. I'm sorry, Zenkaiger Juragaon. There you go. Look at all the shiny. Look at all the heavy. Holy smokes. That just plain old popped out. Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought it would hold it. Either I didn't put it in properly, or it's so heavy that it can't hold it properly. I might have put it in incorrectly. Might not have put the peg in the hole well enough. What is this? Seriously, what is this? I don't know. It's weird. Okay. I forgot to make comparisons for each of the different modes, but just trust me on it, you know. There's no comparing the weight of the two. There's just no... I'm not even going to try. This is just blatantly heavy. It's like, it's almost double... Nah, I wouldn't say double the weight, but it's definitely... There's a lot of metal on display here, so there you go. Remember I mentioned earlier that Juragaon's feet are really, really narrow? Well, when you put this much die-cast metal on display here, and you set it down, I'm not even touching it. It's like, look at that. That's not a problem with the regular one, but this one, that is a problem. That worries me. Fortunately, Bandai came up with a solution. So it was actually the first thing that I pulled out of the box, but I didn't realize it at the time. Or I didn't unbox it first, but was the first thing that I pulled out. So inside here are these things, which I don't know if these have metal on them. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. They taped them. Bandai, why'd you tape these? You didn't have to do that. Oh god, did you tape it all the way around? Yeah, they did. God damn it. Anyways, so it comes with a pair of Booties, which is actually brand new parts that were not available on the original DX Juragaon. Why is there tape right there? I don't even... Why did they tape it? I don't even... Oh, there's the metal! I was gonna fucking say. Alright. No, not alright. I actually have a complaint about that. Okay. Okay, I think it's fairly straightforward what you're supposed to do here. So it comes with a little pair of Booties. One for the left, one for the right. And here's the thing that puzzles me. These claws are die-cast metal. Oh, and whoa, shit! They also come off. I didn't know it could do that. I've had that regular DX Juragaon for a whole year, or 10 months at this point. I didn't know it could do that. Oh yeah, because I got it in December. That's right. The original claws come off, and I didn't know that. I wonder if they even said that in the instructions. There goes the sword again. Did I actually catch it on camera that time? Yeah, I did. So they give you the option. Okay, I didn't know this until just now. So the Jiran Booty is what I'm going to call it. Comes with another set of claws, but these claws are metal, which I didn't know. Well, and notice earlier I said that, oh gee, I wish these things were metal. Turns out they were. And then you can take the old ones, or the right, or can you? Did they specifically design these so the plastic? They specifically designed these slots here. There's one here. There's two slots. One here, one here. They specifically designed these slots to not accept the plastic versions. There's no room for them whatsoever. Which means the slots are big enough on there. Okay, so they've given you a choice. They've given you a choice. You can either go with the standard claws, which are already on Jiran right out of the box, or you can take the metal pair that are provided from the booty, and you can stick the metal pairs on here. Now the question I have is, can you take the... I'm going to address you later. Can this be attached with... No, it cannot. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is take the claws off. Okay, so... probably what I'm going to end up doing, these are designed to come off. And it actually freaks me out a little bit because I didn't know it could do that. Now, obviously, Gaon's version does not. Gaon's booty doesn't have this. But suffice it to say, what I'm probably going to end up doing is probably pack these away, put these back in the box, put them in one of the little baggies I always save, put these back in the box, and then the claws will just always, the metal versions will always be available. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. You cannot attach the booty while the claws are still on the standard Jiran. You can do it with Gaon because he doesn't have any claws there, but you do actually have to take the claws off of the regular version in order to get the booty actually on there. That's so creepy. I didn't know that these could come off. That's so... whoa. That's blown my mind a little bit. Okay, getting back on track, I hope. And here's Gaon's booty, which this one was not taped. Oh, I bet it was taped so that if the claws detached from Jiran's booty, the claws would not fly out and get lost in the box somewhere. That might be why they did that. Okay, all right. And then here's Gaon's. Oh, I forgot to do that. I completely forgot about that. I've been making that reference the whole time. So here's Gaon's booty. But that still doesn't explain what that is, because putting these booties on should not make any difference. So it looks like these just slide on. That goes there, that goes there. By the way, why didn't... oh, that's very solid. What the fuck? Oh, and then there's a little tab on the back that you have to fold over and close over. It's just behind the knee. There's a little clip that folds back so that the booty doesn't slip off as easily. Nice. Very nice. Let's see if I can find it for you. Oh, and it actually stands on one. Okay. So, right here, this folds over. That's how the booty stays on. Why am I saying booty? Because that's what you would call it on kids. Okay. Okay. Look, I'm going to attach you one more time. If you fall off again, you're going to disappear for the rest of the video. Okay? And so here we have the completed DX Metal Append. That's really difficult to say, Bandai. Metal Append. Zenkaiger Juriga with his brand new booties. Now, he is not able to transform when he's got these booties on. These are strictly for both appearances and stability. That's why it has these. And you can see here, down here, you can see there's slightly different paint application. It's in shade, sorry. Slightly different shade here, which is also present on the other side. Nice. So you can see there's a little bit of slightly different paint right there. Slightly different. Nice. There it goes. You're done. Which brings it a little more, gives it a little more of that stunt suit appearance. You know, it's not just about the fact that you're increasing the size of the footprint, which it very much needs. By the way, it does need that, but it's also the fact that it just brings it a little slightly closer to that on-screen appearance. You know, so I can't really, and they even have. You can't really. Well, actually, I can show the end. You can see that the feet are actually tilted slightly outwards to the other side. They're splayed a little bit. I like that, which is what you would see if you were on the Tokusatsu stage as they're filming the guy in the stunt suit. You know, that's what you want them to do. So there you go. And his mask came off yet again. See, did this one come off? No, it did not. Okay, so you're okay. So there you, daggone it. Hold it correctly, Ava. What's wrong with you? And his mask came off. Jiren, it's not your fault. You're not the one I'm angry at. There you go. There you go. There's both of them. You can see the difference in the legs and the materials. So that is why you buy these, or that's why you buy this one. This what is that clip for? Now I'm curious. Because that wasn't in the original one. I'm going to look up the instructions because I genuinely do not know what that clip is for. Hey, there it is. Cool. I've actually had that playing on repeat the entire time. Okay, so here's the instructions. So it does talk about this little piece. But where does it go? You know, if I had to guess, I would say that this piece is related to Jurimagine. That'd be my guess. There's the batteries. By the way, the batteries are two LR44s, and they are provided, obviously. So if I had to guess, I think this is going to be used in Jurimagine. That'd be my guess. Where does this go? Oh, there it is. Why is it here? You use it for when you transform Jiren into his Tyrannosaurus mode. Must be a structural thing, or it must be a weight issue. Because like there's so much metal that maybe, yeah, because this plugs in right on the tip of the shield. The shield pushes up against this. Huh. I've never seen that before. Alright, well, let's tear it to pieces and see what happens. Oh, great, I gotta take the booty off. At least it's easy to unclip that thing. Ooh. Okay, how do you... Oh boy, it's trapped. No. I can't transform it ever again. No. Get out of there. Get. There we go. Does this make a noise when I close it up? All right, I forgot to do this earlier. and that's all it does. It's just when you open and close it, and that's it. So whatever. Unfortunately, when I take it apart, it's going to start doing that jingle again. So. Oh, no, it isn't. I forgot. It's actually smart enough. It doesn't do that. Okay. So. Actually, I should do a split screen. I need two monitors. You know, I just had my 40th birthday 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, whatever it was. I should get myself dual monitors so I can have the instructions here, or instructions here and the camera here. Anyways, there we go. Now it is. Okay, so there's a pair of slots. There's a slot right there, and there's an identical one on the other side. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay. That fits right there. Okay, there we go, I think. Okay, so here is where that little clip goes. I'm going to get it to some different positions so you can see what it looks like. Make certain it's sticking out a little bit. That's going to be your giveaway. So that's where it goes. I do not remember if the original DX Juragaon came with one of these. I don't remember. I suspect that the reason... Well, here's the thing, though, is that slot is also... It's also on Gaon. It's located, if you want to take a look at Juragaon, it's located right here. You can see there's the slot. Get that arm out of the way. You can see the slot right there. And then the identical one. Oh, you can see the tiny slot there. And then repeated over there. So that's where it's located in the grand scheme of things. Okay. So then, I think now keep in mind there's only one provided that I'm aware of. Let me double check the instructions because I didn't see it with Juran or with Gaon. Yeah, I think it's exclusive to Juran, and that's strictly because of how the heavy. It's so bloody heavy. I think this is strictly due to how heavy the legs are, or I'm sorry, how big Juragaon's thighs are. Because there's die-cast metal running along the inner side of each leg, so that's why this clip is provided. Is because without it, is that right? I feel like I did something wrong here. Without it, this is going to drip. It's going to drop down even more. It actually might put stress on this joint. That's why this clip is provided, or that's why this little piece of crap thingy is provided. And you can see, there it is right there. Oh, it slides in. Okay. There it is. So there's the clip just in front of the shield. Right there. So that's what it's for. And then this does not. And you can see right here. See how that flexes like that? This prevents it from going even further in this direction. Which means you can flip these all the way around, and you don't have to worry about it collapsing as much. Now, if you force it like I just did, yeah, it's going to. But I think it's there more to prevent the. I think it's more to protect this transformation joint right there. No, I'm sorry. Where is it? It's to protect this joint right here. That's what that clip is for. Just because it's so heavy up here inside of the mouth is where it is. There's so much metal that it probably needs that little extra boost right there. And then you're also attaching... Of course, the shield is not exactly well built to begin with, so... Let alone how it fits in there. Just fucking saying. So I guess it's not a structural thing. It's there to prevent it from slipping out, but it's already slipped twice now, and I'm really not happy about it. So either I installed it incorrectly, which I'm confident I didn't, or the shield is just a crappy way of doing this. Alright, I gotta flip the head all the way around. Again, oh look, his mask popped up. Again. And please forgive him, he doesn't have his claws on right now, but suffice it to say, there you go. So it's nearly invisible. It is right there. It's real shiny right there on your screen. That's it. That's the clip right there. That's the new one. So there you go, mystery solved, and I'm probably going to put that back in the box. Because how often am I going to have it like this? And the answer is I'm probably not. Honestly, you just saw it collapse on me twice now, just by itself. Well, shit, why should I even bother? You know? So that is what that is for. Oh, it's not just the thigh; it's also these claws. That's why they put that little clip on there. Because to be fair, there's a good deal of metal in this thing. So much metal that the legs are actually swinging out all by themselves. Ordinarily not a problem, now it is. So there you go. Metal claws and this little tab attached. And his mask popped open again. Fucking sound box. If one can do it, the other should be able to do it. They look identical. Maybe it's because I never popped them off before that those claws aren't coming off. And this is the regular version, by the way. I can see exactly where it comes off, but the question is, do they come off? Because it's entirely possible. Like, I didn't know that these claws could come off, but it might be exclusive to the DX or the metal append version. You know, if I had to put that much effort into getting off the regular version, getting the claws off of the regular version, yeah, I don't think these are designed to come off. I don't know what the difference is between them, but I do not believe the claws are intended to come off the. Actually, twist this around, I guess. Don't you dare fucking fall over. After all the effort, there is one disadvantage to being a Jokoken figure, which it's not listed as Jokoken, but it fucking is, by the way. I don't believe that the molds are different. But why it is I would have to fight it so much. The metal claws. That's funny. The metal claws are actually slightly thicker. Not longer, but thicker. That's amusing. Plastic looks exactly the same, so maybe it is a case of the original version just wasn't designed to have those come apart because these claws popped off really easily for me. Like, I was genuinely surprised. So the question is, are the molds exactly the same? And I'm inclined to say yes. They look the same to me. I mean, I'll be darned if the plastic is different. But I'm looking at the red colored plastic parts and looks the same to me. It really does. So I don't know if yeah, I don't know why it is it's not coming off on the regular version. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The plastic looks exactly the same, and usually for like when they change the materials, they usually don't change the original plastic parts to compensate. I mean, hell, they went through the effort of putting that extra little clip on there, which is weird because then you've got the slots, and this is the regular plastic version of Juragon. There's the two slots right there. So the slots for the plastic are in the same place, but the metal is the same shape. So why can't I get these claws out of here? Like, I'm gonna fucking break these things. If I can just remove one of these, then shouldn't be a problem. But if it's not designed to do it, I don't want to put so much effort into it that I end up breaking it, you know? Yeah, the interior looks the same. I'll be damned if they can't come off the other one. Yeah, because that just popped off instantly. No problem, no hassle whatsoever. There's the other one. See how easy that was? Just bam, came off instantly. But not on the regular one. Maybe these were molded differently? Maybe? I don't know. All I know is that these regular claws are fighting tooth and nail. They're not coming off. I mean, however they went in there, I seriously doubt, I think I said this already, so I'm going to stop repeating. I seriously doubt that these new ones are molded differently. I seriously doubt they were molded differently. But that being said, these just don't want to come out. But it's kind of at the point where I don't want to fight it. You know, I gave it a go, so I don't know why it is it's not sticking properly. I don't know. So probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to keep the metal claws and that little support that's barely does anything at all. I'm probably going to stick both of these in the box and then just leave the parts as they are. Because I mean, in order to put the booties on, you have to remove the claws anyways, and the claws get stored on the outside of the legs. So it's a good way to store it. I don't have to worry about that. And look at that, it just pops on and off so easy. Done. So I don't know what to say about the claws on the regular Jiran coming off. But I'm probably going to take these extra ones, stick them in the box. Because, hey, you never know if you're going to lose one. Who knows, in a couple of years, one of those might pop off or something, and then I'll think, oh, wait, I've totally got spares. It's really easy for me to say that these are molded exactly the same. Because they're just repaints and different materials. I just those 8 or 9 years that I spent at Collection DX, I've got this little thing in the back of my head that is saying, Ava, you better show alternate combined forms with other toys because somebody's going to ask you. Somebody's going to ask you if you can combine them. So I think I'm going to waste and that actually is why I pulled all the original ones out. So I think I'm going to waste a little more of your time, show you combined forms or show you alternate combinations, just to say yes, you actually can take the metal append and attach it to the other ones.